Hi, Sean.
What's up?
Hi, cheers, bud. This is the mastermind behind all of this, which we'll show you a shot of this later.
Mastermind's a big word for me. I'm not.
Well, not okay, but kind of.
The dynamic duo.
Okay.
Is what I like to call us.
I'll go with that. Bad boys for
life.
life. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay, I'll go with that.
Except Will Smith went crazy. So I don't really.
I won't be punching anybody in the head. I mean, a lot of people for some reason think I'm unhinged, but if they really knew me, they would know that 2005 Millie, 2015 Millie, and 2025 Millie are three different women.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Unhinged, I would use circa 05.
It was a good segue into a first topic here, right?
Okay.
So, we talked about what we're going to do today to shoot the podcast. I was like, well, let me come on and we could talk about a few things because it's the end of the season, right? This is the last day. And what a season.
Season 1.
What a season, too, right? And I was like, Mill, I don't think the audience knows how funny you really are. Because you're fucking hilarious, dude.
Kinda.
No, not kind of. Like, if I want a good ab workout, I'm like, let me go hang out with Mill, have some sushi, and I plan to only have like 1 or 2 sake bombs, right?
Not if you're coming to hang out with me.
No, dude. No.
Well, I mean, I am glad that you brought that up because since we are reflecting on season 1, season 1 has been incredible. Everything has been great. We've had a ton of like bumps happen. Yes. We've had camera malfunctions. We've had makeup malfunctions. You had a whole ass baby.
Yes, a whole one.
Whole one, not a half one, a whole one.
I think it's like 1.5 because he's a big motherfucker.
He's big. He is. He's chunk a monk.
Dude, he's going to be 5 months on the 5th, like in a few days.
Yeah, I know.
He's wearing 9-month-old clothes, bro.
Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go,
dude.
Luca Buca.
I love it, dude. He's got the sweetest mullet ever. I'm gonna put a picture.
Yes, you have to.
Yeah,
and he's such a chill baby. But so back to we tried to navigate starting this pod. We didn't start this pod until March. Okay, we're only months in. We're not even to a year. We've had tons of stuff happen. You've had a baby. I, have a personal custody battle going on, that's been taxing, draining on top of our full-time jobs that we both have.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So we juggle a lot of things. I feel like in season 2, that the viewers are going to be surprised because I'm going to show a lot more of my funny.
Right.
Like season 1, that is not a word that has been taken away from this. I have people. Now it's weird. I was at a party literally Halloween night. And this kid, I say kid, he's probably like 28. And he's like, yeah, me and my fiance run every day and we listen to your pod when we run. And I was like,
that's cool.
Oh, let's go.
That's cool.
It was so cool. And he's like, I like that you talk about serious stuff. I get a lot of that. Yeah. It's like, I like that you talk about serious stuff and stuff that people don't really want to talk about. But I do want to let my funny show.
What happened? Like at some point, I know when we've been talking, like we said, we've been talking about this for years, right?
Yes.
Like, you're hilarious. We got to start. And it kind of like molded into something that was more, I don't want to say like super serious because it was a lot of fun, but you kind of found yourself navigating towards like more on the serious issues and certain things that would, come to have real talks with your guests. Like, what do you think? Where was that shift? Like, what caused that?
I think, and I've said this to multiple people, when all of this started with my daughter and going no contact with a lot of my family, I was scrambling, looking for answers anywhere I could find them. Be it through therapy. I'm like Googling retreats and they're like trying to get me to fly to Costa Rica and do ayahuasca. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, I just want to talk to a real person like me. I want to talk to like an average Joe, like a middle-class, hardworking single mother. Like I want to talk to somebody like me. And I think that's where season 1 kind of took that shift because I wanted to have people on and talk about real life shit. real life struggles, real life, like we've had doctors, we've had lawyers, we've had DJs, we have healthcare gurus, like I know it has helped multiple people.
Right.
And I was searching for the help. And so I was like, well, if I can't find the help, let me be the help.
Okay.
So I still want to continue to do that, but season 2, we're gonna switch things up, and we're gonna see a lot more of me and my hot takes.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Well, I think what I love about it is you kind of went with the flow of what's going on in your life and like what felt right at the time. Right?
Yep.
Because I mean, if we come into this and we're like, hey, let's do a bunch of funny shit because you're funny, and you're like, yeah, but my mind isn't in a funny place, it's just going to be forced, right?
Right.
So with that said, right, that's kind of the direction that we went. Like, how do you feel after talking? Like, was it a form of therapy for yourself?
Big time.
Yeah.
And I know it was a form of therapy for a lot of other people.
Yeah.
I mean, we have grown substantially with YouTube. We're about to hit 16,000 followers.
It's crazy, right?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
When I see those numbers, I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's funny because, at first I was like, I don't give a shit about TikTok. I don't care about Facebook, Tumblr, or whatever else is out there because I'm old. I don't know all that. I was kind of like, let's have an Instagram page and let's have a YouTube page. And we've really forced all of our efforts to YouTube, and it's showing, and we're growing, and we're continuing to grow. I know for a fact that this is helping other people because other people have reached out and shared their stories. And I'm like, even though it was so hard for me maybe that day to get up and record that certain pod or rewatch it and relive it over and over again, I helped one person, and I made that very clear from the get. Like the pod with Jenny, that got a lot of response.
Yeah.
Because that was real life shit.
Yeah.
And real life shit that affected us both. And that one, that one kind of made me feel like, damn, I'm glad we're doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still want to do that, but I also, I want to incorporate, I'm not just the person of like what's happening to me that doesn't define like who I am.
Right.
Right. Like out of my pain, I'm finding purpose, and I'm getting better and healthier in a lot of different ways. But I do want to kind of switch it up and start showing more of the other side of Mill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think that season 1 has kind of helped you with that? So it's kind of not necessarily time to close the door, but just kind of like move on to the next thing.
Move on a little bit from it, but also I'm here 1,000% to give like updates. When we did No Contact, then we hit a year that I had been no contact with these people, and we did an update. So it's like, I still want to check in and talk about those things. And legally, once everything that's done with me is done, I'm going to open up a lot more. You know my journey. My very close friends know my journey, my family. That when I can finally speak about that, I know that's going to help a lot of single moms and single dads. This happens to men too. Yeah. But what's happening to me is a severe injustice of a lot of things. And I plan to help others by this pod, but I also plan to help others outside of this pod. Like Tara, the attorney we had on, tons of organizations that help people that can't afford counsel, things like that. This pod has really opened my eyes, and it has made me like not feel alone. And it's been a form of therapy, but it's also been fun. And even like the shit behind the scenes that you and I have had to deal with that nobody knows that has happened, it seems like it's all running like smooth, right? And but a lot of that's like thanks to you, because you handle shit, man.
I'll be on that side of the camera. You be on this side of the camera.
But it's true though. Like when we've had like things fuck up with the cameras, and you're like, Mill, we got to record. We got to re-record these pods, and I'm like, well, we can't do that because we don't prep. I do want to say that too. I want people to know that like we don't prep here. I don't send people questions, and everything is off the cuff. It's coming to my mind. Which is
something I've had to get used to because I'm so organized, planned person, dude.
I know, but I'm OCD as well. But I felt like if this was so regimented with like cue cards and asking people, I don't feel like that's authentic.
Yeah,
I don't feel like that's like you're definitely not gonna get authenticity out of me because that's not how I want to roll.
Yeah.
And, it's kind of my pod.
Yeah.
So like I get to kind of make some of the rules, I guess. So I felt that would be inauthentic. I know for you and your OCD, you're like, damn bitch, I wish I had. And I knew how long each pod was going to be and what the questions were going to be.
No, we're good. I mean, I think you make it easy, right? Because you don't give me a lot of shit. You just kind of let me do my thing. And that's why I'm like, I do my thing, you do your thing, right?
I mean,
it has been a crazy year.
It's a crazy year.
Crazy year.
And again, this started in March. So your wife was heavy pregnant already. Like it wasn't like she was 1 month or 2 months along.
Listen, like having a baby is crazy.
Oof.
They don't talk like every time like somebody talks about having a baby, it's always like it's the most wonderful thing in the world.
Liars.
And I'm like, dude, me and my wife could start our own podcast about how much bullshit that is. Like from the like, no, I love my kid. Like I love him to death.
Yeah,
but it's like
it's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
Oh, he's a succubus at first, dude. It's like, you know what I mean? Like I can't do shit. Nobody talks about that. They're like, oh, like I saw a TikTok the other day and this guy's like, oh, I'm a brand new dad. Give me your best advice. Like, and they're like,
you're like, run.
No, they're like, hold him tight.
Oh God.
Take as many pictures as you cherish every moment. I'm like, fuck that. Set up a sleep schedule. Start planning for fucking sleep training, dude. Like, cook your meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can give so much good advice. Of course, I'm gonna take pictures of my fucking kid, dude. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here. Like, that's some bullshit, dude.
Listen, I do have to say, you're not on this side of it, but I do have to say, the giving birth part. Whoa, bro.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Oh,
that's the one that nobody talks about, and nobody talked to me about how you can get an epidural and it won't work. And that happened to me. So not only did I go through the pain of having this 97-foot fucking needle jabbed in my back, then it didn't work, bro.
Oh my God.
So not only...
That's classic Mill, though.
Oh,
it works for 99% of the people.
It works for 99.99991, and I'm the one.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God. And not only that, and then I was never really talked to about episiotomies, okay? So I gave natural birth. My oxygen starts dropping. So does my daughter's. And the doctor's like, well, I can cut you open. Imagine your vagina getting cut open with scissors and stitched up with no meds.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Goodbye. That part of having a kid, nobody talks about. And then the first just year of their life, they don't talk about how like wrecked you become because you're not sleeping and your wife's not sleeping. In my case, I did it on my own. So he was there, but there was not much help. So nobody talks about how like sleep deprived you and then you just become like a shell of yourself.
Yeah.
You become like a zombie and you're like, what day is it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I haven't brushed my teeth in like 3.5 days.
Yeah.
Like, hello?
Me and my wife are like zombies. We're like roommates just passing each other by like, hey.
What's
go get
up?
some sleep? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You tap in. I'm taking a nap, dude.
And I didn't know much about like what's going to go on with the labor and this. I kind of left that to her. She was making all the decisions, going through all things.
But to be fair, what happened to y'all was like fucked because you're so OCD. Y'all had the plan and y'all were supposed to be at the hospital and they called and they were like, nah, we don't have a room for you. We'll call you later.
Yeah.
And y'all had to go at like 12:30 in the morning.
Yeah, something like I think we went at like 9 and then it was like, I'm like, oh, they're inducing. All right, cool. We'll be back in a couple hours, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, they're going to induce, like, okay, go when you have the baby. It's like, no, like 12 hours later. And my poor wife is just sitting there like, she's tiny. And here we are having this big old freak monster baby, right? And
a little Mexipino.
Yeah, and they're like pushing. And I didn't know this. There's like 12 different ways to push, right? They're like, okay, well, let's put you on your side. Let's put you in the stirrups and play tug of war.
That sounds like some origami shit.
Like
is that what that's called? Origami, the sex one?
And
or what's it
like,
called? What's it called? Oh, no, Kama Sutra.
The paper one.
No. Kama Sutra. What did I say?
Yeah. Origami. But
I haven't done either, so that's what.
And then they're like, where she's pushing for a long time, they're like, do you want to bring the mirror so that you can see? Sometimes
they tried to do that to me. They tried to hand me a hand mirror, and they go, if you hold it like this, and I was like, get that away. And then they turned the TV off. That was the only thing distracting me, and Ellen was on. Because I gave birth at 3:10 p.m. Ellen was on. She had just started at 3. Somebody fucking turned around and turned that off. And I was like, if you don't turn the TV, trying to give me a mirror and turning my show off.
No, dude, they rolled in a fucking big screen TV mirror, dude. Like, it was humongous. And Gabrielle was like, no, please don't look. And I'm like, I don't want to look, dude. But it's like the biggest, cleanest, like 4K mirror I've ever seen in my life, dude. And I'm like, oh,
and his wife is so like calm and meek and mild. And like, I've never heard her raise her voice. I've known her forever. Yeah. So I couldn't even imagine her just being like, no, thank you. Where I'd be like, get the fucking mirror out of here.
No, I felt bad for her. You know, that's the thing.
She's a trooper though, bro. And she did, to be fair, prior to the baby, she did Pilates 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Like her body was.
Yeah. He was just a big old kid.
He was, and she's tiny.
Yeah. So, but. He's here and he's a big ass kid and
he's
best, sleeping.
Though. That's all that matters. He's healthy and he's sleeping. That's all that matters.
Yeah. You know, there's things. It's like whenever I talk to parents, like whatever age like their kid is at is like the worst age ever. Like all the time they're like, I'm like, oh, like I have a baby. They're like, enjoy it while you can. I have a 4-year-old and they suck or whatever. It's like, I have a 12-year-old and they suck. Like at this time, I wish they were babies. And
I have a 16-year-old daughter. Yeah. Enjoy it while you can. Like, nah, bitch. Every portion of it sucks.
I'm like, are you sleeping fucking 5 hours a night, bitch? Because like, I'll take that shit.
Because let's trade.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to tell you though, this is just my daughter is 10. And I will tell you the worst for me. And I'm saying for me, because for everybody it's different. For me, the worst was 3.
Yeah.
3, I was like contemplating life. I remember I called my dad. And my dad is not one of those, he's not like a kid parent. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't really like little ones. He likes you when you're like grown and you have some sense in you.
Okay.
Which like, there's no tea, no shade. Like just like our relationship has done nothing but get better now that I'm not a dumbass. Right.
Yeah.
And I remember calling him crying. And my dad did like no nonsense, like he's like, what are you crying about? Like what, I had a hard life. What's making you cry? Like he's like, I grew up in the ghetto with no running water. Yeah. What you crying about?
Yeah.
And I'm like, she's so mean. And she just throws things at me and she yells at me and she hates me and she doesn't win on it. And he goes, okay. And I'm like, well, that's all you're going to say? And he's like, yeah, she'll grow out of it. You'll be okay. And I was like, but like, I don't know if I want to be a mom anymore. And he's like, well, you can't return her. So sort it out. Yeah. Like there's a no return policy. He was like, I remember he's like, sort it out. And he's like, I'll call you later this week. I was like, okay, thanks. Bye. But that was the worst for me. Everybody has different.
Like our parents are like in that generation where they're just like super hard, right? Like
my dad's 71. He don't give a fuck about your problems.
I know. I'm like,
oh my God.
I'm talking to my dad. I'm like, he's like, how's it going? I'm like, oh, dude, like I haven't gotten any sleep. Like I'm so tired all the time. This kid won't stop crying and shitting. And so he's like, well, good luck. Like, where's the sympathy at?
He's like, son, do you want to know what it was like when I had you?
Yeah.
Right? He's like, I was working 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Always, because people our parents' age, like, don't give a fuck. And I find myself getting more like that as my dad, like being more like my dad. My tolerance for just entitlement and ignorance, like, bro, I'm like, and I'm only 38, and I'm like, whoa. I'm acting way too old.
Oh yeah,
for 38.
Yeah, we're old, but that's fine. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
The kids these days like
suck.
Yeah, I mean, look, okay, my nephew for Halloween, his costume was 6'7".
You know how many of those I saw? I can't believe Jen let him wear that.
She didn't want, like, he usually does some cool Minecraft shit or whatever, but he's like, I want to be 6'7". And she was so upset about it. She's like, that's so stupid, right?
Well, because it is.
And then somebody said something that made me think. She says, I fucking love that. I love that for them. This generation needs their own thing. They don't need to inherit our shit. They need to come up with their own thing. And if it doesn't make us adults roll our eyes and think it's stupid, then they're not doing a good job, dude.
I like that.
And that's just like exactly what
we
did.
But our parents rolled
Yeah. We're sitting there going like, what's up? Suck it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then our parents were like, what the fuck is wrong with these kids?
Oh my God, that's so true.
You know what I mean? Like, they need some cool shit to do that's on their own that makes us roll our eyes. And it's like, I get it.
You know what? I actually like that.
I get it.
As dumb as I think it is, I do like it.
It was a hit. Like, his costume was
First off,
major
I saw
hit.
so many 6'7".
Did you really? Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, like one of the chicks that runs the Today Show, they did it to like embarrass their kids. And she was 6 and the husband was 7. Okay. I saw it like on the Today Show page. So it trickled from all places. Yeah. I don't understand it. But then I grew up with, Beavis
and Butthead.
No, Mike Jones.
Mike Jones.
I wasn't calling 6'7". I was calling 8004.
281 330. Yeah.
004. That's what I was doing. Yeah. So,
but hey, that's their thing, right?
It is. But Sean and I want to give a sincere thank you to everyone that listens, watches, reposts, texts, comments, DMs, sees us on the street and tells us, hey, I watched it. It was good. A sincere thank you from
and look, it's
the best producer and
the best host. Look, I said this from the beginning, and I know that it's been hard, is that it's going to take us a year or two to really figure it out, right? And we've gotten a lot of subscribers, right? But I really think that we have are just hitting the edge of things because, there's a lot that's gone on this season with you personally. And I have personally seen a lot of growth in you since we started. And, you're cutting out a lot of bullshit. You're getting your shit together as far as like clearing your head and things like that. And so like, I am super stoked for what's coming on. So that's one thing I'm going to tell the audience is like, just fucking wait, right? Until you see what we have. I don't even know what we have in store. I know one thing we have in store.
We have a big nugget coming in January.
Yes.
A big nugget.
Big nugget.
Yeah.
Right?
Big nugget.
And so just wait. Right? Stay tuned because it's going to be, we're going to look back. If we don't look back on season 1 and be like, dude, what were we doing? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like we fucked up. Like, because I definitely think the sky's the limit. We're just getting started. And I've got so much faith in you, just like you have in me that you've always told me. So just wait. We're just getting started. And I'm so looking forward to the content that we're going to put out.
I am too. I am too. And I definitely feel like when you start anything in life, a business, whatever, something like this, you have to give time, and you have to let it grow and you have to let it do its own thing. There's going to be bumps. We've had a ton of bumps. Well, look, we're here and we're fine and we're making it work.
Yeah.
So
we are. And most people will quit. You know what I'm saying? And all you haters that put those stupid YouTube comments, keep them coming, dude.
Keep them coming.
They don't phase us.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I have been through worse shit than you have in like 5 years. I have in like 5 days. Yeah. So no one is going to, at this point in my life, there is nothing that is going to knock me down.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
nothing.
The older you get, the less fucks I give, dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't have enough to go around. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and we're living the dream, doing what we're trying to do, hustling out here, and it's not easy, but we're just gonna keep pushing forward.
We're making it work.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to what you're bringing to the table next year.
Thank you. So am I. And guess what, guys? All the rumors are true.
They are true.
We'll see y'all season 2.
Wait. I think Miranda's going to have a few questions for us, Miranda. Is that right? We put her behind the mic and she's like, wait, she's waving back there. Like, come on.
I do that. I forget.
I did it. I had to figure out how to turn the mic on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have a question. So you guys have been friends forever.
Yes.
Okay, how is doing business together in this way impacted your relationship? Has it made it better? Has it changed it at all? Because I know you guys did a lot of work before with Beer Business Daily. Y'all do the summit and stuff. But has this specifically, y'all's project, how has that impacted your friendship?
I mean, we talk a lot more.
Yeah. Mill's very chill, right?
Which
this is one thing I do.
Which is ironic because I have zero chill, but I do.
Okay, I mean, I I've earned the right to say this is like I'm good at what I do, right? Because I take my shit very serious, right? So when it comes down to, hey, we're doing this, she doesn't have to stay on me. So because of that, she knows that she doesn't have to micromanage me. Like that makes her a good boss. So like in the sense of like working for each other or me working for her, whatever, it's like, has that changed our friendship? I don't think so on that level.
I don't think so at all.
But I think like as far as like, you know, I'm very dedicated because I see how much this means to you. And I see how it fulfills you on a level that it's something different, right? You're building this thing for yourself and like wanting to touch other people. And so there's a passion there that, you know, you don't see in a lot of ventures that you do, right? And so I see this passion, and you've been my friend for so long, and I fucking love you. And I'm like, I got to make sure I'm on top of my game. I got to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to feed into this just the way that she's feeding into this. And I see her want and desire to make this thing big. And I want to make sure I'm contributing to that as much as I can. And
he does. Sean is the easiest person to work with. But I mean, hence probably why we've been friends so long too. He's just an easy person to be around and to work with, deal with, be with, whatever, you know, especially him becoming a new dad. It's really hard to adjust to that. And he's stepped up to the task and, you know, hasn't pulled bullshit on me like, oh, I need time off or I need this or hadn't been that way at all. I mean, if anything, it's just made us closer.
I think so.
I think, truthfully, I think that's how I would answer that. Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
So are there any familiar faces we saw this season that are going to be back next season?
Oh, of course. Auntie. Auntie is a staple to our pod.
Probably, right? She just said we don't plan. We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know, but Auntie asks me all the time.
Auntie for sure.
Auntie's, the first person we have coming on the pod for season 2 is a very, very familiar face. Not to the pod, but yeah, a very familiar face. I'll leave it at that.
I'm stoked.
Yeah, that one's gonna be insane. Aunt Jerry obviously is for sure coming back.
Yeah.
Past that, we haven't really. We're not really like there yet.
No.
We have topics and new ideas and things like that, but people wise, no. Auntie asked me, you know, not ask. It's not even an ask. She'll call and say, so Mighty Mill on the next pod, I want to talk about, and listen, if no one gathered by watching this season, how much I love and adore her. She's 88. She's had a stroke. Talk about like a survivor. And the pod gives her like hope. And she gets excited about like getting dressed and coming here. And so I'm like, she can come on as many times as she wants. Because also one day when she's not here, I'll be able to watch it. I mean, like core memories for me. Yeah. She's my everything. Mm-hmm. But I love that she gets excited about it. She loves watching it. She's always like the first person to watch it when it comes out. She doesn't know how to comment or anything, but
at least she knows how to get on YouTube and watch it.
She does. She watches it on. She calls it the iPad. I'm gonna watch it on the iPad.
She makes me giggle.
Yeah,
she's awesome.
So, any other
questions? Comments?
Just really proud of you guys.
Oh, thank you.
You guys did really, really great with this.
Yes.
I tell Mill all the time, as long as you start, you'll figure it out as you go. You know, and that's like the recipe for any good thing in life is just stumbling your way there, you know?
And consistency. Yeah. Sean and I both have a lot of drive in us.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, neither one of us would be where we are just like in life if we weren't natural born hustlers.
Yeah.
And I think there's much more to come in my story for sure. And I think there's much more to come for Sean and I together with this.
We got a lot of plans. It's work. You know, people say, oh, you know, starting podcasts, must be fun. And like, yeah.
It's
fun that we get to sit here and bullshit and this and that, but it's work.
It's work.
It is work.
Yeah.
You know, and so
never
on top of
the two.
Everything else.
It's much more work than fun.
That we do.
Yes.
And so, but, you know, we ain't stopping.
No. Because we bad boys for life.
For life, dude.
Love you, homie.
All righty.
All right. Thanks, guys. See y'all next season.
Good.
Good.
Great.
That was great. Oh, that was great.